Good morning, traders. This is Perry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is 7 minutes till 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, October 3rd. So, looking back at yesterday's session, just really nothing going up. The NQ went up and hit that resistance right around 20,080 and just sat there and coiled up under it, all day long. The other indexes basically were just inside of value, and so was the Nasdaq for that case. Just all day long, an inside day. Uh, you can. I'm not even gonna, give homage to the little wick on the ES that broke the low of the previous day. It's just wasn't. There was no follow through whatsoever. So what that did to structure, and then after the bell, I'm not sure there are a couple earnings or whatever, but we had some salmon run trades go off in the ES, and then we had XS and A on the downside. So basically, what I'll be watching after the bell rings to see if we can get traction to the downside below this level, or traction to the upside above the level that we were watching yesterday. In between there, I think it's just going to be chop. So we'll go through those numbers as well here in a second. So we had, unemployment claims this morning. I didn't look at them. We're going to have ISM at 10. We do have a print at 9:45. So we have prints at 9:45 and 10. And then we have a moderate discussion. At 10:40, again, there might be a little algo fun here, but I'm not expecting anything to tip the apple cart. Just more of the same that we've been seeing the last week and a half. And then, tomorrow, which is titled on my video, is non-farm payroll. Looking at positioning, there's really not a lot to hang your hat on today. The Qs are trading 480 half, 480.5, and then you can see that's right here. So below there, there's still that potential that you could get acceleration for about 160 to 200 points under that level. So that would be basically 180 to 220 points below where we're currently trading. And then that's for the week. And then as you look, for today down here, uh, you could slide all the way down. If you do get under, for some reason, under 475, there's not too much to keep you from dropping another 200 points to 470, and then that would be between 470 and 468. Those would be your so right around 469 would be your lower end on a just a complete flush downward. Uh, but you have to break those levels first. We have to get below 480 and start maintaining first, and then above 483 is probably going to be living on borrowed time as well, unless the VIX is just dropping, 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 which I find hard to believe with non-farm payroll tomorrow that that's the possible scenario, but you never know. And then you've got for the SPY right now, it's trading 460 or sorry 567.50. Uh, so right here, and then you can see that you got 67 and 65 below, and then for today, 67 is a bump. So we're trading 67 half right now, 567 half. So you get below that, then you can trickle down towards 562 and then 560, and then you've got a lot of sharp pricing basically between 555 and 560. That would be a pretty huge collapse. I don't know if that's in the cards for today. If we look at tomorrow, uh, again, we're trading 67 half right now. You got 565, so that would be about 22 points under where we're currently trading. Would be the first stop on the bus, and then you really got 50 points. But if you lose that level, that there's just really nothing to keep you in there. So 565 should be a flip point for the most part today. It either so that's a sit on my hands for a second spot, and then looking at the cash market. The cash market closed at 57.09 yesterday. we're down around 13 points, so we just be just barely under 5,700 at this point in time. And you can see there's nothing here, so you're basically sitting there in those you know, $50 strikes. So, always, take homage at 25 points that, you could kind of stall out there, but basically these are 50-point increments. And then for the week, there's really nothing. I mean, the the biggest price on the board for the week is this 5,600 down here. And that's really where you could get to. Uh, on the weakest of tapes, and that would be about 85 points under where we're currently trading, maybe 92, somewhere right in there. Uh, so we'll go from there. But positioning is kind of spread out; it's wide open. So think of it as jumpy on those bigger increments, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Uh, Normally, we trade the point of control from the previous day. We've been doing this for quite a while. Um, if we can't get back up to 57.62, and that would be about 18 points up from where we're at, 17, 18 points up. If we can't get up to there and miss it by a couple of ticks, that would open the floodgates, I think, down to this 5,700, and then you could, I think if we hit that low again, there's a small chance for support, but we should slide down basically at that point to 56.40, which is what I'd be looking for. Looking at ES, and just think about it in this way: we got known support on this contract right at this 57.25. That's the area that would have to give way before you would notice anything substantial that's on the table below. And then our last pivot was this 56.75. So there's about 50 points in there if you can lose that level. And that's about 20 points, that level that needs to be lost is about 20 points under where we're currently at. That's basically yesterday's low. And then for the Nasdaq, you're still just right here at this 19,903 is where you're looking, and then the pivot before here was done at 19,529. It would be nice to get, in my opinion, to get down to about 19,375, right in between there and 529. That would be a better flush for setting up into tomorrow. And then we'll just have to see what goes on. But we have to lose these levels. We might not lose these levels. We got one more day to go, and we might just sit here and churn and burn one more day. So what I watch is when we have these big moves down, right? We had the big move down. We've kind of consolidated on the lows. So if you get another break, uh, this area above us should be secure. You shouldn't get that the V bottom out of there, and we can use this 57.41 half as a benchmark later. Suppose we drop 50, 60 points under there. You get back above there later today. That's going to be your probably your level just to go home for the day. I wouldn't bet on it, just zooming past that. That could be another stall point coming later on. So the NAS or the Russell has been sitting here on this resistance and support resistance zone all all week long, and really it probably needs to trade this 2188.10 level or thereabouts before it has any chance of moving higher again. Uh, and then what would be perfectly normal for today would be to go under this 88, 2188, and then sit there and just churn under it all day. And then tomorrow with non-farm payroll, we either, rise or fall. But so basically, as I'm looking at these levels, long-winded, look at yesterday's area. And basically, above, yesterday's high for the ES or below yesterday's low. So I don't think we're going to get another inside day today. Whether it's a look below, right? With profile theory, we always think we could, come down here, look at prices, and then you either go accelerate down, or you sit here and churn and then you go back up, reversion to the mean. I don't think if you look below and fail that you're going to take out yesterday's high. You probably just sit back, you just probably return back in the value area and stall. And the same thing if you have a look above and fail. If you get above yesterday's price action and you fall back in, you're probably not taking out yesterday's low. You could, you're going to really have to watch it. And I'll be narrating it if it plays out that way, but you're going to really need to see forming poor structure on the 30-minute time frame and just one time framing going with the VIX confirming. So I think that, the downside probably is a little bit more in play later on in the afternoon, at least because we have non-farm payroll. But you have to remember how these institutions think. The big news is tomorrow morning. They could just sell volatility once again today, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. So long story short, that's why my title of video is just non-farm payroll tomorrow. Nothing going on, and just as we haven't made any progress above the do not short or caution with shorts above, right? Caution with shorts above this line, caution with longs below this line. We're kind of just in no man's land right here. I'm not going to trade no man's land today. So if we just have an inside day bouncing back and forth here, it'll do it without me. I hope this helps. I'll be on the mic about 10 till 10, and then we'll go from there.